Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the big old wide world. My name is Jade, and this is How to App on iOS. And it's October 1st, and that means Songtember is over officially, but not really. But really, but not really. But really, but not really. So we're going to do something different for today, and we're going to kick off with a song from Songtember, because it's not my song, but hey, I played on it, so I'm really proud of it. It was just released today, and it's on Apple Music and a few other streaming services, and here it is right now. It is Pete John's brand new single, New Beginning.
Fear of change paralyzed you and made you doubt yourself. Cultivation of new ideas can make a difference.
Going nowhere fast. You will never break the chains or feel the pain of all the change unless you take a chance to reach out for the next thing. New beginning. Go. Go right now.
Oh yeah, folks. Welcome along to the show. Howdy do. Hope you're all going well. So that was Pete John's new single, which has just been released today. It's actually available right now on Apple Music, so that's really cool. I told you, everybody, he's got the magic touch. He dropped it yesterday into DistroKid, and what do you know? It's already on Apple Music, man. Oh, damn. That is a magic touch and a half, I reckon. So I hope everybody is doing well. Just so you know, I'm trying something new today. So there are a lot of streaming programs out there like Restream and things like that where you're able to restream your music from YouTube and into Facebook. But I'm trying a little trick that I learned, and I am streaming right now into the GarageBand users group live at the same time as doing this show on YouTube. I'm hoping that it's working because I found this little workaround to avoid paying another company to restream my stuff. So hopefully it's all good. If somebody is in the watching on the GarageBand users group, you can leave a comment and I'll see it, but it won't come up on the show chat as you can see here. But I just thought I'd give it a go to see first if it works and if my internet is strong enough to actually do it. And it looks like it's streaming okay, so that's cool as well. Anyway, welcome folks who are in the live chat here on YouTube. Good to see you all. We have Gary Hubbs, Scott, Stu Cash, SM Borthwick, Bubba, welcome. Anyone else here? That's about it. SM Borthwick, so welcome along folks. Good to see you all. I hope you're doing very well. Why did I play that song? Well, for those of you who don't know, I actually played drums on that Pete Johns track. And I haven't yet finished my actual EP that I took on to do in Songtember. You know, it was a crazy thing to do to try and do 3 songs, and unfortunately health got in the way, and so yeah, I'm kind of cheating at the same time. Thank you, Stu. I can see you in the Facebook chat, so it is working as well, so that's pretty cool. Thanks for letting me know over there on Facebook. So I am cheating a little bit, as I said, so I played drums, so I have technically got a song out today for Songtember, piggybacking on Pete's back. Thanks, Pete, for the ride. Yeehaw! Woohoo! So that's really cool. The good news is for my stuff, yesterday I was trying to record vocals, and unfortunately, every time I stood up to sing, I would get through a few takes, and I just wasn't able to do it. So that's a bit of a bummer. I had a few problems with that, but so I had to lay down again, so I didn't get many vocals done. But what I've worked out during last night was, fuck it, I'm just going to sit down for today and nail these vocals. I'm feeling heaps good today for some reason, so touch wood. So we'll try it again today. Today I'm going to sit down instead and smash these vocals. I know all the lyrics. I've been practicing them so much, so I should be able to smash through them. If I can get through them all good by at least 5 p.m. because it's 8 a.m. here, I'll probably take a break after the show for a bit. And then if I can get them all done by at least 5 p.m., then I will mix them down, master them, and then in tomorrow's show, regardless, I'm doing a show on Final Touch. And I will show you the songs and how I'm mastering them. So we're going to look at Final Touch finally on iPad. So that's a good thing. So I'm not doing an interview this week. Instead, I wanted to save the day to get all these songs finished. So we shall do that instead. But what are we looking at today? We are looking at, in my opinion, one of the apps of the absolute fucking year. This thing is sick. So Paul at 4 Pockets has pulled out an absolutely brilliant app. And as I said in my little blurb for the video, this has been something long overdue, especially because a lot of the people who follow this show do use GarageBand on iOS. So we've been waiting for such a long time to have an app that replaces, gives us another option for the virtual guitar, because the sounds on that, we all know, are getting a little bit long in the tooth, a little bit gross, I guess. We've all been dealing with them for such a long time. This thing changes all of that. And you know what? Before I do jump into it, it's more than just a guitar like simulator or Arpeggiator. There's so much more depth here. There's so many more instruments you can actually use for this. So because there's a lot of people who follow the show who use GarageBand, and I know Doug over at the Sound Test Room has already done a show on this, and he used this using AUM, and I could have done that quite easily, but I want to give it a different spin and show you it in GarageBand. So that's how we're going to do it today. Now I can open it up straight away and give you a squiz at it. So here it is in all its beautiful glory, and you know what's so good about it too is that with all 4 Pockets apps, they've all got that, you know, home feeling. Like as soon as you look at them, you go, oh, I know that interface. I know that one. I feel good. You feel like you've come home to a warm hug from your nana. So that's all good. So it looks very lovely. Swipe up and you get more options as usual. Swipe left on things and you get lots more options. It's just really welcoming. So let's get out of that and we'll get rid of YouTube as well. Flick away some things here, leave some space, and we'll jump into GarageBand straight away, and let's get down to this because there's so much to cover today. I'll try not to bullshit on like I normally do. We're going to create a brand new song, and straight away we are going to add this as an as an AUV3 plugin. So audio unit extension, we are going to select here, and it's down the bottom here. Alphabetical order, of course. We'll give it its thinking time. There it is. So straight off the bat, there's a few cool things that you can actually do with it while using it in GarageBand. So g'day Russ, welcome aboard. You're late. You'll see when you open it as an inter-app audio, compared to opening in something like AUM, you get a piano down the bottom. You get a piano roll, and oh, do I have sound? Oh, I turned it down. There we go. So when you hit your notes, that's a pretty lush sound right there. Let's scroll this down a bit. Pretty nice, huh? Let's get rid of that scroll. And you can make this large screen straight away and get rid of those keys. So over here, you'll know if you've used GarageBand, or as if you haven't, just click that large arrow there and you get the full screen of this particular app. So let's have a look first over on this left-hand top corner. So this is, you'll know if anyone's looked at a guitar, I don't know if you have seen a guitar lately, they're kind of like this thing normally made of wood and strings. But anyway, so here are your chords. You can see you've got a nice little setup there that shows you the chord pattern. So that's really handy for people who don't really know how to play guitar as well, which is a thing that a lot of people who use GarageBand and use virtual instruments use the virtual guitar if they don't have guitar skills. It makes it so much easier for them. Well, here at the same time, using this app, you're getting a look at actually what the finger placements are of each of these chords. So this is a D minor here. Now, if I put my finger, or I'll use my mouse for this, on each of the strings across here and hit my mouse key, does it work this? You can strum it like a guitar. So that's really cool. Now I'm just doing it with my finger. Nice little touch there. There's so many nice little touches to this app. It just really, there's so much thought that's gone into it. It's really beautiful. I love it so much. I'm going to be saying that all the way through this, so get used to it. So across here, these are your finger placements for the strumming. Okay, so you can see it that we've got 16 across the top here, and down the side here we have your E, A, D, G, B, E, which are from low string down to high string. So if and down here you have all these chords, which you can change at any time you like. So just to show you off the bat, we'll go down to this C sus4 here. If I click on it, you'll see over here to the left, it shows you the root note. So you can actually go to your drop down box and change this to anything you want. So I can make it we'll leave it as a C, and we'll change it to a major sixth. And look, it's not like just a few variations you get compared to something like the GarageBand guitar. Look at this stuff. Flattened ninth, augmented fifth. Let's do that, because that is what? Okay. You can choose the chord inversion. So you've a damn lot of options. So if I run my finger across this now, wow. I'm pretty sure you're going to be able to find the chords that you need, even if you're writing a really obscure song. So there's already a damn lot more depth within this app to write more compelling music within GarageBand. So this little pad here next to that too, where we just changed that C chord, when you click on each one, it changes at the top here, and to show you the finger placements on your neck. So that's really, really nice. I don't know, is it? I don't actually know the name. Does anybody actually know the name, Bubba? Bubba's written in the chat here. Isn't that the Hendrix chord, or close? Does anybody actually know the name of the Hendrix chord, or is it just the Hendrix chord? I'm sure if you're a guitarist, we all know how to play it. So, and when you change here, you can see along the top here, all these change. So that's really cool too. So you can get an idea. And even if you are a guitarist, it really centers you around the guitar, so you're not just looking at, you know, AM7. You're actually getting a look at what it looks like from your guitar perspective. Now up above here, this is your Arpeggiator, and this is your play button, which turns all this stuff on. So let's just turn it on from the get-go and hit play and see what it gives us for the initial variation of this pattern here. So we'll just hit play. So just change to a D, back to a C. Let's give it a G, F, back to C. And when we change to G, I'm just going to add a 12 string. So while that's playing, across the top here, you can generate stuff here. You can create a relaxed vibe. So I'm going to hit this relaxed and just listen to the difference here. So with this little relaxed section, it opens it up to a variation. So, and there's lots of variants within here. So we'll just leave this playing in the background, and we'll scroll up the top. We'll go up the top here. So you've got your ARP variation, big drop down box. So let's just flick through a few of these and watch the pattern change. And these are all just built-in variations. You can change any of these, remember. We'll get to editing very shortly. So very basic there. Let's try variation 2. Now you'll notice, g'day Langston Reese, welcome to the chat. What you'll notice here, see the dots here, they've got these little down strokes. So these are actual down strokes for chords. And if I stop this, underneath the little fretboard here, you can actually just test out the chords here. So if I hold down this little ARP section just for a second and let go, so you can test out what your chord pattern's like before you start playing, as long as you hold it down. And then you've got downstrokes here, so I can play the chord and I can do an upstroke. And look, there's already been an update for this app as well, which is pretty impressive. It hasn't even been out for a week. And but Paul's gone ahead and added palm muting as well. Let's see, I don't think I could do it with this. So with an electric guitar and distortion on, this sounds pretty cool. So let's go through a few different variations. What else we got? So these are all just built in. And anytime you can load and save, you can save these, save the preset, give it a name. So you can do all that kind of stuff, usual kind of stuff you can do within these apps. Nothing new there. No, it's an update for this app, Langston. It's not for GarageBand. That's never going to happen. There'll never be an update for GarageBand at the rate things are going. So how easy is it to, let's just go back to a variation 1 here. Let's just start with this variation 1. So you can remove any of these notes at any time just by double clicking. If I double click on a dot, you see they just disappear. I'm just double touching the screen and then tapping them back. And you can put these things anywhere. So if we hit play again, you can change the length of them. So really easy to manipulate your patterns. You can change the length of your pattern as well. So we're currently set at 16 here. So you can change that to a 12, throw in a few more notes here. I mean, you can set up random patterns. Really easy to make this stuff, all right? No stress at all. So I'm just going to go back to this basic variation here. Okay. And yeah, I did see he's going to add an undo button. That'll be awesome, because we all love a bit of undo in our life. Thanks for mentioning that, Russ. Right. So now I'm just going to show you quickly, let's stop that. How do we get this to work actually within GarageBand? So you'll see here, the tempo up the top here is set to 110. And, you know, I've opened this project, and we all know when you open up a GarageBand project, it's set to 110 automatically. Now down here, we have an a host sync. So if I click on this host sync, it's turned on. So now I'm able to hit the ARP button, and you'll see a little notice pops up here saying waiting for playback. So all I really need to do now is set the first chord. It's very much like just using the virtual guitar in GarageBand. So if I hit record, it's going to start playing straight away after the 4 count. So let's do it. And I'm just clicking between the two patterns, just like you would in GarageBand. turn off that ARP. Now if we click up here and just shrink down this actual app, you can now see in here we have our little track that's been created, and then you can go for your life to edit this down, change it up. You can resync it, whatever you like. You can see all the notes are in there. So it's yours for the editing pleasure, whatever you'd like to do with it after that. But there's more to this app than just that. So let's jump back into it, because let's now, before we look at all the octaves and all that kind of stuff here, you can actually select a whole multitude of different sounds built into this app. Okay, so it uses wavetables to create the MIDI files. So you can import your own wavetables as well, so that there's so many options to expand this and make it so much bigger than it already is. So if I click on this little wavetable section here, first we'll go to instrument. So as you'll see over on the wavetable section here, it says default SF2. Now this is all of the guitar effects that are built into here. So if I click over here next to it, the instrument, you'll see here there's steel picked, steel expressive guitar, acoustic Spanish, electric muted, acoustic 12-string. So a whole lot of different guitars in there, and that's really cool. We'll go through those in a second. But if I click back over here and choose the instruments wavetable, it takes a second to load, and all of a sudden we have a piano. Let's just turn off the auto sync, host sync. No shit, Bubba. I don't even have to look, seriously. I can stop this right now, and I know a lot of people are going to buy this fucker. It is so damn good, man. So let's keep this playing, and let's go through some of these effects that are just here. So, man, look at these. Look at this shit. Are you kidding me? So we've got a piano. We got electronic pianos, harpsichords. What else we got? We got a clav. We got a music box. Isn't that beautiful? Organs, harmonicas. There's a lot of stuff in here. We've got a slap bass. There's a lot of effects already built in. Look at this. There's so much stuff here. It's ridiculous. And of course, you know, not all of these are perfect, but another fine selection of stuff. I've got a koto in here as well. What's a helicopter? There's a fucking helicopter in here. What? Synth basses, muted trumpet. I remember you can change these patterns at any time as well, so. Welcome along, Pete. Late. Good to see you. Congratulations on your song. I opened the show today. I actually opened the show today with your new single. Trying to steal the glory because I played drums on it and my album's not ready yet. So let's stop that for a second. Let's pop over to the other guitar effects. Let's have a listen to the guitars, because we've got all these other guitars in here. So we've got an electric guitar as well. Let's have a listen to that, see what that sounds like, because this is a good test, man. We all know it's pretty hard to create a good electric guitar. Okay, that's pretty cool. What else we got? We've got an electric muted guitar. Are you shitting me? That's pretty cool. Steel acoustic. Jazz guitar. An LP twin. So let's have a look at some of the effects now. Let's scroll back here. So you've got a whole EQ. Full EQ. Just by double clicking everything you can get it back centered. So that's nice and handy. You've got a tube overdrive. We've got some distortion. Let's chuck this on as well. Okay, that's pretty impressive. I want to hear the muted guitar with some distortion on it. Let's try the distortion on this sucker. Remembering too, we can create get rid of all these. Now, just let me... The one thing I haven't worked out yet, because I haven't played with it enough, is to pull downstrokes on it. I didn't actually look into how do I do that. Oh, there we go. So holding down on the note and pulling down changes the velocity. So you can see the numbers changing there on that dot. So we'll get it back to 100 roughly. I'm just changing the variations up now. Now remember, while this is playing along, I can shrink this down and so you can play your keyboard while it's going along as well. Let's get out of this distortion. We'll just go back to a steel picked for a moment. So just to show that again. So I haven't even got to the song properties to create a song or anything yet as well. Let's have a look at the rest of the effects on here. So you've got a tremolo and pan. We'll hit play again. So you've got a tremolo, you've got panning as well. And as you scroll across to the left, there is so much more. And I'm just looking at the chat here. I was just wondering, as I haven't tried, does GarageBand receive MIDI? Now, I actually was going to do this last night, but I ran out of time before I actually fell asleep. But in Doug's video, as using it as a standalone or in AUM, you can actually use your MIDI controller keyboard to actually trigger your song patterns and trigger changes to these chords across here as well. So I'm expecting the same kind of thing. I guess that's something I'm definitely going to have to do another show on this, because there's so much more to this and it's going to keep getting updated. Today I just wanted to go over an overview of why it's important to buy this fucker. It's fucking good, man. Like, this thing's going to continually get updated and it's just going to get better and better. I just want to show it off how damn good it is. So we'll just hit play again. And I don't have my MIDI controller plugged in. I could probably do it pretty quickly. So we've got chorus here as well. So there's already a chorus applied. What else do we have? We've got a phaser. We've got a tap delay. You just keep scrolling. There's just more and more. It is damn good. So you can see there's a delay on here. We can change this to a half. Turn that off. We've got a reverb as well. And a gain. It makes me laugh, man. Even an app like this has an output gain, a master output gain here. And GarageBand, fuck you to hell, doesn't. What the hell? So while this is playing too, let's just change the note. We'll give it a 12-string sound as well. Across here, you've got your ARP speeds and velocities, so you can change the whole velocity of everything in one go. Very easily. Should be using my mouse so you can actually see me doing this stuff. So that was up to 100. You've got your Arpeggiator speed. You've got a strumming speed. Was that in the middle? Let's hope so. Let's change to another variation. You can change the octave. You got your velocity curves. And I'm just going to skip ahead to this because I love this. This is your humanizer. Which I'm assuming takes it off the grid slightly to give it that more human kind of feel. Okay, so we're 40 minutes in, and there's still so much more to this app as well. You even look, there's even a VU meter there right at the end, just to make it all nice and beautifully packaged. So there's all your effects all built in. So you've got so many options there. We'll just scroll back to the start, an EQ, and And now we have, and I'm not going to go too much into this, and because I want to save a bit more for another show I'm probably going to do next week, because I'm actually going to try and use this in a project over the weekend. But you have a song creator down here as well, so you can set your parts. So you've got your little parts here. You can create your chord chains down the bottom. It's really in depth. And look, there's already one built in here, so I'm just going to run through this. We'll get out of here for a second just to show you. I'm going to remove this track that we recorded earlier, get back to the start, and go back into here. So what I'm going to do is set up the host sync. I'm going to turn this on to sync with the 110 BPM that's in GarageBand, and we're back at the start here. So you have a project here, and when I hit play here, oops, we'll turn off the host just first. Should have done that. You can set your parts. So I'm just going to play through this, what's already here. You can see it moving across the bottom here. And the chords changing along. So what's good about this? Well, again, it gives you options. Sorry, just had to fill my vape gun up. So it gives you options to actually create your chain of your song within this app. So you don't have to be in GarageBand. You can set your tempo and everything, create all your sound effects, all your patterns within this app, write the entire song. And then once you've finished doing it and you've got all your song in here, then you can come into GarageBand, create a brand new track, sync it all up, hit play, and it'll record it all into GarageBand without you having to sit there and manually switch through all these chords and try and get it all in time, which is not a problem if you prefer to do that as well, because it records it as MIDI notes into GarageBand. So then you can just go into GarageBand if you've fucked up a bit and just quantize the shit out of it. So again, more and more options, so many options. And so what we'll do now is I'll just sync it up. We'll hit the host sync. So it's ready to go on GarageBand. I'm going to hit play. So it's ready to go. Now, as soon as I hit record in GarageBand, it's going to 4 count and start recording. But I can play along with it as well. So this song's in C. So I'm going to hit record, shrink this down. And if I really want to, I can add some notes going along with it. When we play it back, now remember, this is the other thing. When you play your song back, remember to go in here and turn off your sync, or it'll start playing along with what you've just recorded. Color me fucking impressed. We're 45 minutes in. That's all I'm really going to cover on it today, because as usual, I don't really want to go through everything with you. I still haven't gone through it myself, and I want to get more used to it, and I want to do another show on it, maybe put together some pieces on it and show you a bit more. Next time what we'll do is we'll hook it up to my keyboard. And next week we'll do this, definitely, and we'll show you how to trigger everything. We'll show you in a few other apps like Auria Pro, because you can do it. Just remember, you can put this into things like Auria Pro. I think Russ has put here Nano Studio 2, you name it, Cubasis, AUM. Use it as an inter-app audio in things like AudioBus. There's so many things you can do with this app. It's just fucking mind-blowing. It's app of the year for me. It's so how much does it cost? I don't even know. I know it's $12 Australian, I think. Let's jump out of here. I think it's what, $8, I think. $8 USD, I think. Let's have a quick look. It probably doesn't show up in my thing because I own it. That'd be right. Let's do a search here. Strummer. So $8, man. $8. That's probably what, £8. Fuck. It's pretty amazing value if you ask me. Let me know what you think in the comments, in the chat. What do you guys think about this? You think it's a game changer? I certainly do. I think it's bloody awesome. I think it's a ripper. I know Bubba's already splashed some cash and picked it up. I'm going to be playing with it a hell of a lot. I know it's going to be something that I'm going to use in songs to come. Definitely, it's going to add a whole new dimension to using GarageBand. It's going to, if you are using GarageBand and you're watching this, why is this a worthwhile investment? It's really going to freshen up your GarageBand experience, especially if you're getting totally frustrated with the guitar that is there that Apple continues to just neglect. This will open up your garage experience, and it's $8. You can't really go wrong with it. So I think it's $13 Australian. I'm down with it. I think it's really cool. I think you should check it out. That should wrap it up for today's show. Next week, as I said, we will go back. We'll look at it a little bit more and hook it up to the MIDI, and I'll show you how to trigger it. We'll look at it in AUM. We'll look at it in Auria Pro. We'll look at it in Cubasis. We'll throw it in a whole bunch of different things and see what we can get from it. I'll play around with it a little bit more. And remember too, not only guitar, there's a whole lot of other effects in there, and the beauty of it is you can add your own wavetables to this. So that is another advantage. You can add your own MIDI sounds to this. You can really expand this and open it up to so much more. I've only just scratched the surface, and the beautiful part, like most all 4-pocket stuff, is you have a really in-depth, fantastic help guide. Plenty of stuff there to just get you going. All right. Love that about Paul's products. So we'll wrap it up for today because I've got to go and record my vocals and get my shit done. Tomorrow we will be looking at Final Touch Pro, Final Touch mastering. Finally, I'm going to be mastering down my songs, and hopefully they'll all be done and already uploaded to DistroKid, ready for release. For those of you who've got your Songtember songs out, congratulations, well done. I know I've heard a bunch of them already, and I'm loving them all. You guys are just absolutely killer musicians, killer creators. It's such an honor to have you guys watching my content, supporting me each day here, so thank you very much for that. That's really awesome of you all. And I will see you all tomorrow. For those of you watching on Facebook, I hope let me know there if you want me to continue doing the live into Facebook each day. I think it worked okay. I'll go back and listen to the sound and tweak some things. But until tomorrow, please do the liking, please do the sharing if you want, and please subscribe, because there's lots of people. There's about 43% of you watch the videos and don't subscribe. That's not cool. Anyway, that'll be it for today. You'll see some things popping up on the screen right now if you're watching on the replay to subscribe and watch a playlist of all my other videos. I hope you all have a wonderful Thursday here in Australia, and Wednesday if you're living in the past in the rest of the world. I will see you all tomorrow for Final Touch Pro. Have a great day, and adios, my friends. Do what makes you happy.